If you're listening to this episode the day it goes up, it is the last day of November, Thursday the 30th of November, and I thought I'll jump on and record a whole heap of low-cost Christmas gift items that you can start to plan and put in place because guess what? It's Christmas time. And guess what? It means that your family, they want things from you that are unreasonable, you might not have the money for. And why I wanted to do this episode before the big Christmas rush was to get you out there to control the narrative with your family. If you're doing it tight financially at the moment, it's a really good time to say, hey everyone, like I'm on my family group chat, I'm doing it tight this year. Things are tough. Bills are really expensive. So what about we do this for Christmas this year? What about we spend $30 each? Or what about if you're under 12 years old, buy the kids something small? So today's episode is all about planting seeds in your mind about low-cost Christmas gifts. I scoured the Facebook group and I'm just reading everyone's responses. I've got them all written down because if I do it on the computer, I get distracted and things stuff up. Okay, first up, I put a question in the Facebook group. I want everyone to list as many creative and low-cost ideas as possible, and I'll put it up on the podcast for people to listen to and to get ideas. So I'm going to read as many as possible. I've got 15 pages of comments here. I've gone through most of them. There's not too much of an overlap, which is cool. So let's get into it. Ashley says, we make Christmassy scented candles in recycled jars and put a cute custom Merry Christmas sticker on the front. All the products are cheap and easy to find. So one of the things with this low-cost Christmas gifts, there is a theme, and that theme is homemade. That theme is homegrown. So can you now, when you're listening to this, there's a few weeks to go before the big day where everyone loses their mind. Can you now start to plan if you have the time and capacity? So a lot of it is homemade, but I'm going to list a couple of things that you can do that are really impactful gifts that are awesome and low cost that I've done over the years, and it really works wonders. Shirley said, Temu has a lot of cheaper knockoffs that are actually good. Now, Temu, I've been seeing these ads come up everywhere on Facebook. Temu is an online marketplace based in Boston, Massachusetts, and operated by Ireland-based Chinese e-commerce company. Okay, so it's almost like a Alibaba or eBay or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of knockoffs. I've seen the ads pop up. But just on this whole Christmas thing, what I want you to do with your gifts, be intentional and don't just buy crap plastic that's disposable. Think of you and your footprint, because honestly, the amount of plastic and crap that we get and we throw out, it's wild. Sally says, basil pesto made from basil grow from seed in my garden. You can chuck it in herbs like parsley to bulk it out. Dried herb and salt mix for flavoring meat. Lemon curd made from lemons from my lemon trees. Gift bags of home baking, e.g. biscotti, shortbread. Make your own candles, soap, sugar, coffee scrub. For the candles, you can reuse old candle jars or small jams, or just grab a silicone mold from Spotlight and skip the jar altogether and make it less expensive. Print out a photo of your family and give it to that person in a cute frame. Make clay or silicone earrings. Upcycle jewelry from the op shop. Grab a bunch of beads and make your own bracelets and necklaces. Give the gift of time, e.g. a voucher for babysitting your siblings' kids or clean their house. And I'm just going to write another thing that I just thought of there that I'll get to. And so part of this, me reading as many responses as possible, is I want you to think what you can do. So this whole thing, why we read heaps of like random responses, we dedicate this time to think about low-cost items, and hopefully it triggers like a thing in your brain, a neurological pathway that gets you thinking, and then you're like, well, Sally did some basil pesto, and you can be like, pine nuts will kill everyone at my family, so we're going to do this or we're going to do that. So just use this time to think and be prompted by these thoughts. Okay. Harry said, my partner and I just bought a Vietnamese mint plant from the hardware store. It's been going nuts. So we propagated some stems, put them in water until they developed roots, and now have replanted them into pots. So much mint and Christmas presents are all sorted. So there you go. Bit of planning and prep. Maybe you can cultivate some stuff for next year if you don't have time. Simone, for kids, anything that helps them get outside. Kites, a basketball, a tennis racket, a footy, pool needles, etc. Most are pretty cheap when on sale at Rebel. Ashley said, I made shower streamers / bath fizzers for preschool teachers this year. My 4-year-old got mango for her birthday off Granddad. Don't forget that young kids are easy to please. My 4-year-old got a mango for her birthday. I think the mango was easily her most favorite gift. So just on that, all the educators who are listening, they've told me that when parents buy them gifts, like, don't buy crap. A thank you card is just as good as a box of crappy chocolates that they don't eat. So you don't have to overcook it. A handwritten thank you card to the parent, maybe a handwritten message in the card from the child, something nice, something meaningful, and don't overcook it, all right? So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was, as a gift, books. Books are timeless, and they're really impactful because most books you can get for under $30, under $25, $19 even. So can you get a book that's going to add value to someone? Now, what I did one year, I bought, I think about 30 or 40 copies of the book Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. And I wrapped it up, gave it to everyone. I think I did Atomic Habits the following year. And that was a low-cost gift. And it's such a timeless present. If you want to get on top of your money, maybe you can buy a copy of my book, buy 2, they're on sale, and gift 1 to a friend or family member. And the reason why we always keep talking about my book is, number 1, we make money off it. That's how, the world works. We employ people here and we want to promote this. Number 2, there's always a heap of new people joining our Instagram, our Facebook group, and listening to the podcast. But number 3, I would probably go out on a limb to say that maybe 90 to 93%, like very high, of questions that are in our Facebook group that people ask are answered in this book. Or if not, the career book, Sort Your Career Out. So can you buy 3 or 4 books, 5 books, 10 books, even of the one type, wrap them up and give them to friends and family? We would appreciate your support if you buy our books. If you've already got our books, maybe you can gift them. But yeah, books are really an awesome gift that is low cost. And one thing I did one year was I bought some kids' books for children, gets them off the tablet. So yeah, books are awesome. And just on this whole gift thing, like, you don't have to overcook it. The fact, like, you are literally a lot of the time buying a gift for the moment where you see someone and you give it to them and they unwrap it and they get surprised. That's what you're buying. You're buying the surprise. So why would you need to worry and stress about overcooking it when you can really keep things affordable, simple, and impactful? All right, let's keep moving. Haley said, buying a printable poem off Etsy and having the kids decorate around it, then framing it as gifts for grandparents and aunts and uncles. $7 for the poem, $1.25 for an A4 frame at Kmart. Done. Like, it's not hard. And you know what? With this whole gifts buying thing, and usually it's a metaphor for life. The more prepared you are with anything, the more planned you are with anything, you will 100% have a better outcome. You just think, you're not prepared. I'm going to the city next week for Sydney. It was a last minute thing. Accommodation in Sydney, first week of December, guess what? Crappy places are up over $500. So it's a general rule in life that if you're planned, if you're prepared, if you're organized, you'll get a better outcome with your gift buying, with your investing. You won't be rushed with purchasing any type of items for your life, booking accommodation. So use this as a kick up your ass to get prepared for Christmas, so you're not at the shopping center 2 days before Christmas wasting money. Stephanie, I baked cookies for presents. Everyone loves sweets. That's right. Kayla said, I made candles, cookies, brownies, puddings, body scrubs, and frames for Christmas, and always had such a good response. People appreciate the handmade stuff more, I think. Hannah said, baking biscuits or candied/sugared nuts takes so little time, and if you wrap them up nicely, they look like amazing gifts. And I'm writing something else down. That is such a wild present, and I got so many people the other year. I'll tell you in a sec. But you got to get onto this because it's awesome. Yan said, hi Glen, eco-friendly and non-tox hair shampoo made in my own kitchen. Support a local business. And her website is mudmane.com.au. Okay, a little bonus from Glen. Get this. This is so good. I got them on eBay. Fake scratchies. Put them in a card. Give them to your aunt. Give them to your uncle. I reckon I caused a few heart attacks a couple of years ago, and it was the best experience ever. It's so good. So yeah, jump on eBay. I'm pretty sure I got them on eBay. Fake scratchies. And they're like, oh, I won 50 grand. And then you have a couple of people in on it, and it's the most awesome, low cost, best reaction if there's a few people around. And I actually got my good friend one day just randomly. Another thing that I think is a good idea, particularly for younger people who might be like in the city and cool and all that stuff, if you know that they like a local cafe, can you just get them a prepaid coffee card or something like that? That's easy and such an impactful thing. In fact, I think it's better than a crappy Maya voucher or something like that. Something that you can like enjoy, like almost the next week, the next day. Because how many times do you get like David Jones voucher, a Maya voucher, a Bunnings voucher, and you just never get around to using it? And like I've got a Westfield voucher that I got, it's in my wallet. I think there's like $8 left on it. It's like, ugh. So local voucher to local coffee shop or cafe. Leanne said, I would crochet the hanger and gift the plant as a set. Now, she has a picture in the Facebook group of a crocheted hanger with a plant in it. So there you go. I've always wanted to, I'm actually going to buy, maybe someone listening who's in my world can buy me this as a Christmas gift. A knitting set. It'd be cool to learn to knit. I've done DIY this year, Naomi says. Pour paintings was so much easier than I thought. DIY cranberry coconut granola. I have no idea what pour paintings are. Oh, she's got a photo there. Barbecue spice nuts and a relaxation tea blend. Reused jars and added twine and made a with love stick for each. So I'm considered, I'm considered lazy and also sometimes busy. So if you get busy and a bit lazy, what I do, or if you even time poor but still want to be creative, go to one of those dollar shops or whatever, buy a heap of brown, just like the brown paper bags with a little handle. So one, they're recyclable or they won't get stuck in the drains or whatever. So paper bags. Then go to even like a tea shop or whatever Buy a heap of peppermint tea. It's pretty safe. Heap of English breakfast tea. Go to another shop, maybe buy a heap of something else, and then buy a heap of little chocolate gifts and just make your own little gift bag. For me, that is an uncreative person, bogan's present. I'm not creative, I'm a bogan, but it's thoughtful, and I can just go to almost one or two shops, buy a heap of stuff, set up my table, have a production line, and you might get away $10, $12 max as a present. All right, let's move on. Asha, learn how to crochet and make amigurumi toys. Have no idea what that is. Amigurumi toys. YouTube is how you learn. Okay, probably won't. But hey, you might want to do that. Jo Elizabeth, I've been picking wild blackberries and thought last week I'm going to make jam for gifts. Now, here's a tip, everyone. Don't pick wild mushrooms and make nice home-cooked mushroom stuff. Only a few people would understand that wild story, am I right? Maddie said, Hey Lemonade subscriptions are on sale. Okay, I need to look up Hey Lemonade. Hey Lemonade is a well-being app designed to circuit break everyday stress and activate people's optimism with dealing with life's lemons. Interesting. Made in Australia. So yeah, there you go. You can buy a Hey Lemonade subscription. Sounds pretty cool. Alison said, This year I'm gifting a jar of jam and scone mixture to the daycare teachers. Yeah, that's cool. Ebony Otto, long-time friend and listener of the podcast. Hey, Ebony. Shameless plug. Yeah, we'll do it. We got no shame here. But I hand make sustainable jewelry that's quite affordable. Her business is called Salty May. So you can probably look that up on Instagram. Otherwise, I love to go to op shops for gifts, cocktail glasses especially. So there you go. You can look up Salty May and buy some handmade sustainable jewelry. Christy said, consider why you're buying gifts. Is it because you genuinely want to give a specific item to some person, or is it because society and the media is telling you that you have to buy gifts for people? That's such a good point. I reckon I probably buy 4 or 5 gifts. I've changed. Like, it's so wild. So what you can do, if you're going to someone's house as Christmas, what you can do is just buy a big bunch of Christmas bush. Or if you're like me, I've got a yard full. There's one on one side of the property, one on the other. I got some paper, some nice decorative Christmas paper or like cardboard or like, rolled paper last year. And I made like 4 or 5 bunches of Christmas bush and gave them to the people's houses that I was going to on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas night, just as a bit of a gift. So that's also a good idea. But yeah, just on that, I really only buy small gifts for maybe 5 or 6 kids, my friends' kids. My nieces and nephews, I don't buy for them because they get enough from me throughout the year. And if anything, if I see them around Christmas time, we'll go out and have gelato. And they know that, Uncle Glen's a scumbag and he doesn't buy gifts, but I am putting money away from them every month. And so my parents, we don't buy gifts for each other. My sister, because what was happening, and, give me a shout out if you're watching live or a double tap or heart. How many times you go to a Christmas thing, right? And you're like, oh, Merry Christmas. And I give 3 Bunnings vouchers. I give 3 Myer vouchers. And then I get, it's just a big voucher exchange. And I'm like, what are we doing here? So have the conversation. Just be real and say, hey, all we do is exchange vouchers each year. Can we maybe not buy gifts at all? I don't know. Nikki Sherwin, lip balms and glosses. Lano Lips, Mecca brand, Frank face masks too. And that's what you could do for your girlfriends, ladies. Like, a lot of you know what stuff your girlfriends like. Can you buy a little bag and buy them a couple of little things of what they like? That would be a good Christmas gift. Claire said, movie vouchers, they're not bad because it costs $1 million to see a movie now. Fancy pasta, that's interesting. Fancy jar of sauce and a basil plant in a gift bag. Homemade fudge indoor plant, a book, a little bag with a coffee tea or hot chocolate satchel, a coffee bar, and a face mask. Okay. Can you do that premium thing? Can you buy some nice olive oil as a premium household staple? I'm talking, and I'll lead into what I've done in the past as well. Getting stuff that's premium and low cost gives you a really quality present and a lot of bang for your buck. I did 1 year KitchenAid ice cream scoops. So amazing. Went on Amazon. They were like $16 each. People still have them. When I go around to their house, they're like, yeah, you got me this like a million years ago. Best present. So can you get premium household little things that they all use almost every week? I'm talking spatulas, barbecue tongs, barbecue thing. But get premium and just get one of the items. So if you got one premium spatula, a KitchenAid one, awesome. Again, if you're a bit intentional, you can really nail this whole gift thing. Sarah said, personalized calendars for the next year. That's not bad. I mean, not for me, but look, she did say it's good for grandparents. So yeah, can you make a calendar throughout the year? Pics of the kids, the pets, some of favorite memories. She said, I try and pick photos to align to the month it's going on, i.e. September pics of the footy, handmade items. I've learned to crochet and I'm putting this to use making a cute practical gift for one of my friend groups. Yeah, that's awesome. Ben, my wife has a circuit machine, so she will buy cheap things from Kmart or off Temu or something and personalize them. I guess it's like some type of engraver. With my family, we've just decided not to buy gifts and enjoy spending time together, eating, drinking, and being merry. Yeah, that's cool. Far out. We've got heaps. This is awesome. Jessica. 1 year we grew indoor plant cuttings. I had the kids paint some cheap terracotta pots from Bunnings and they gifted them to their teachers. So honestly, there's a lot of power like with small kids doing crap for adults. So I reckon if my nieces or nephews drew something for my dad, it'd be the best thing he's ever had in his life. I've got on my fridge, my friend's kid River. I was over at their house. She drew a photo of me, like a crayon drawing. It's on my fridge. Like, there is something when kids do nice stuff. It's really cool. So, yeah, put your kids to work this Christmas. That's the message of this episode. Robbie said, for younger children, pick a theme, then buy lots of gifts and accessories in that theme. That's cool. Wrap each item separately so there are lots of presents, e.g. camping in the backyard as a theme. Then buy a small tent as a shared gift. Then yoga mats as mattresses. Geez, wouldn't want your kid. I want a real mattress for each child. Then sleeping bags for each child, and torches, and camping chairs, blankets, drink bottles, camping plates, travel board games, books, all the things for camping in the backyard with friends. Robbie, that is the best idea I've heard so far. That's awesome. Hannah, my family exchange books at Christmas. They don't have to be new. This is a very good idea as well. They can be books that we already own and are passing on, or can be thrifted from, or a community book swap. It's sustainable and something to enjoy. Wrap in a nice paper and include some nice tea or homemade biscuits. Hannah, that is up there. Hannah and Robbie, I'll get my team to comment, well, I probably will, on the Facebook post. I'm going to send you both, if you've got them sucked in, you're getting more, a copy of the book, Sort Your Career Out and Make More Money. If you've already got a copy, you can gift them. And particularly Hannah, you've got a book that you can give away this Christmas. There you go. Robbie and Hannah coming in hot. Oh, Robbie's got another one here. 1 year my daughter was heading to a sports camp in January, so I bought a new bathroom bag, PJ slippers, luggage bag, sun cream, and lots of things for her trip. All items wrapped individually, and it helped her build anticipation for the fun she would have at camp. Robbie's such like a all right, we're project managing this. It's going to be easy. It's going to be themed. We're going to make it fun. Robbie sounds like a mad dog. So I'm going to send both of you a book, Sort Your Career Out and Make More Money. Shay said, books from the op shop. You can get ones that look absolutely pristine and new. Sarah Emily said, my presence is my gift in this economy. Yeah, a lot of people are probably feeling that. If you're still listening, how are you? Nicole said, gift your time to do jobs that may not have time to do themselves. Wash the windows of the house, clean the car, weed the garden. Other gifts like plants. We have done mini herb planters of tofu plant, now seeds. Now they will have sprouted by Christmas. Or gift the pot and seeds. Seeds are only a couple of dollars a bag and very affordable. That's a good idea as well. Buy a heap of pots, buy a heap of pots, buy a heap of seeds, throw some shat in the pot, wrap it up, see ya, get out of here. You're done. As Jeff on Survival would say, I got nothing else for you. Get your stuff and get back to camp. Megan Lee. I like the bad Santa idea, but instead of spending money on a gift, everyone chooses something in their home they no longer use and wrap it. So one year, and I'll tell you what I'm doing this year for as a collective fun thing for the family. One year, so when we go to my cousin's house, we've got a really large family. I think this year they're anticipating maybe 60 people, because it's our first big one since COVID, because over the last couple of years we were kind of segmented. And anyway, we're all coming back together. And last year when I rocked up to my cousin's house, I wrapped a $2 long life milk up. So it was this square, but then I just taped a $50 note to it just to contribute to food. So have a bit of fun with your cousins. My cousin Carly and I, we always used to just on purpose re-gift stuff. And you're allowed to have fun with people. Megan continues, old bread maker, ornamental plate, old bottle of port from the 80s. Gosh, that'd probably kill 5 people by smelling it. A plate set that's never been used. Jewelry sitting in the bottom of the jewelry box. Re-gift another Xmas gift. Anna McDonald. Family secret Santa so everyone doesn't have to buy for everyone. Saves getting a load of stuff you don't want to buy. And all the junk. Saves getting a load of stuff that you didn't want and all the junk presents. Okay, so what I'm doing this year for our extended family, and this is niche, it's not for everyone. You might want to get onto it. Because there's 1 million kids. And I wanted to do something different. Because we all contribute to Melinda for some food, or she might just go to Costco and get heaps of stuff. Or people will bring salads and meals and that. I don't eat much. And I'm like, oh, I can flick you $50. I'm like, oh, actually, what about I hire a jumping castle for the kids? So we've got a jumping castle coming. It was $770. They deliver it Christmas Eve, get it a couple of days later. But what an awesome thing to have in the backyard for all these kids and adults. It's an adult size one. Now, I did get ahead of myself and started to look to buy a commercial one. They were $2,500, and I'm like, what are you doing, you idiot? Calm down. Because I was thinking, then we can just use it for other birthdays. I'm like, no, I'm not in the jumping castle business. I'm in the making life fun business. So yeah, can you do something fun and creative like that the whole family can enjoy, particularly if there's 1 million kids running around? If you are new to our podcast and our world, we send a fortnightly email. I write an email out, a few paragraphs of some topical things. I'll write maybe some hacks or share something I've been looking at through the week, some encouragement. So yeah, we send an email fortnightly, and yeah, would love you to join our mailing list. I don't like spam myself. We didn't even do an email Black Friday sale this year. Ugh. And in fact, one company, they recently approached me. They're like, oh, can we sponsor your email? I'm like, yeah, I like money like the next person. And they said, oh, can we just do a solo blast? That's just all our stuff. And I'm like, nope. You can put a little spot in the fortnightly email, but that's all we do for our community. So I hate spam. I don't want to spam you. I want to add value. So if you want to be involved in that, that would be awesome. Just keep an eye on your spam folders over the coming weeks. I've just moved over to an email platform called ConvertKit. And I will put a link in the show notes for that. If you do run a small creative type business, I met the team at FinCon. And yeah, I'll put a link in the show notes if you want to have a look at ConvertKit. So we're just moving from ActiveCampaign. It just was too expensive. We didn't use all the stuff. So anyway, I digress, but that's all the housekeeping this week. We've got episodes going all through the break this year. So yes, there's also a change coming in the new year. What? Jazz. Succulent planter bowls and pots. So she's got a photo here of this big succulent vibe thing. So yeah, they're creative and low cost if you can take the cuttings from your own garden. Pia said, I do pottery as a hobby, so I'm making handmade ceramic pots and then gifting them with a plant I've grown from cuttings of plants I already have. But for non-pottery people, you can get some low-cost plain terracotta pots and plant them to personalize it. Okay, another thing for those of you who don't have kids, who have nieces or nephews or other people that are in your life, what you can do, I've done this for one of our family friends. They've recently moved to Australia from Argentina, and we've all kind of helped them out where we could, and I want to do something nice for the kids for Christmas this year. One of my cousins is buying the youngest, I think she's in year 1 or 2, a keyboard, just a musical keyboard with speakers on it. And I'm going to buy her a term of piano lessons. So that's going to be a really fun present. And I'll write a card and say, if you like the first term, you're welcome to ask me if you can continue it, and I'll continue it for the rest of the year. So if you're like me and you don't have kids, like, do something nice for some other kids, but do something that's impactful, like lessons, something that, I don't know, because there's just no point in me buying more crap. So it's along that line of buying experiences, buying stuff. And then her sister is a little bit older. She's really into art. So I'll be getting, I'll just go down to Ecclesley's, like that's an art chain, I think they're around here somewhere, and maybe buy just some art stuff. Now, I will say as well, you got to get out of your mind that I spend X amount per person. I spend X amount per child. I would just say, if you are using some thought and doing things, intentionally, like the little girl that I'm buying lessons for, it's $420 for the lessons for a term, keyboard lessons, right? I'm not buying $400 worth of art stuff. I'll probably spend $30 or $40 worth of art stuff. If you've got 2 kids, just because one needs a pair of glasses for reading doesn't mean you spend the same amount and buy glasses for the other kids. So just buy presents that are intentional and that suit the person. If you're like, I'm only spending no more than $20 a person, awesome. But if you are in a position like me where you may have a little bit of spare money because you don't have 15 kids of your own and you want to do something nice, be intentional. And yeah. Georgina said, giant bubble solution. Wow. Put something heavy on the long rope as a counterweight. It helps to prevent the ropes from curling together. Okay, you're going to have to just YouTube your own bubble wand stuff, but that's a good idea. Emma, I once made Christmas tree decorations for each person out of polymer clay, FIMO in bracket. Don't know what that means. FIMO. It can be a nice addition to a gift of baking or something like that. Okay, so what I found out as well, most young kids are idiots because they don't know what stuff's worth. Last year, one of my little cousins, she's in year 3, actually. She loves bath bombs. I'm like, I'm going to get you some bath bombs for Christmas. What I do? Going to Lush. By the time I sneezed for 20 minutes and composed myself and covered my nose, I then I got us some of these bath bombs. I'm like, why am I spending $40 on bath? Anyway, I got the bath bombs and all that. Just the other night, because I'm moving from my house at the moment, everyone, life update, whoop, whoop. I'm moving into an apartment down at Honeysuckle on Newcastle Harbour, near the Ridges, just behind there, if you want to come and stalk me. And I was at Kmart, had to buy some storage tubs. And Kmart had bath bombs. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm going back to Kmart, buying some bath bombs for Charlie this year. And I'm not going to sneeze for an hour at Lush or spend $1 million. Becky, paint handprint on paper in a white photo frame that the child has painted. I'm going to plant some sunflower seeds in little pots and get the toddler to paint the pots. Produce, homemade chutney / jams or bread. Homemade Play-Doh, that's a good one. Sounds messy, no thanks. And knitting. Chris, my family does bad Santa for adults. $30 gift wrapped in a big box regardless of how small the gift is. Then pull numbers out of the hat and that's the order you pick a present. When your number comes up, you either pick a random present or steal something already open. That's a fun game, but it's savage. The best bit is that there is a dud gift in rotation, a large fugly frog ornament, hence the big box part, so no one knows which one is the frog. Everyone tries to avoid the frog, but at least once you get it, you don't have to spend any money on next year's gift, so it's winning. So that's fun as well. We've got our family on Christmas Day, because there's like over 50 people, 60 people this year. It's a biggie. We do like a booby prize, so everyone gets a raffle ticket, and the winner wins a terrible. It's Rudy the garden gnome, and you win this ugly garden gnome, and you have to keep it for the year. So a bit of fun. Ashley said homemade everything. Lindsay Whitehead, regular in the group, he's been on the show. Hey, Lindsay. And he said, give them a voucher of some sort. A few hours or so of massage would be nice. Good for the wife. Wink. Oh, gosh. Keep it G. A few hours or so helping a mate build his shed. Be sure not to mix the vouchers up, or your wife might get a shed. Oh, that's great. Natasha. Coasters with photos on them. Use small tiles from Bunnings, or homemade dry fruit for drinks are going to be my go-to this year. That's cool. Steph Martin, my team and I are making multiple homemade sauces for a teammate's birthday who loves sauce. Books are also a great gift. Amanda, a couple of years ago, I made a homemade jam and chutney, truffles and Rocky Road, gave it as a little hamper present, created my own labels on it all, went down a treat. Bought the fruit in bulk from a local grower for the jam. I can't stand truffle. Do you like truffle? Wendy Nutt, if I ever can find time to make rum/apricot balls, the plan is to make several batches and use the tiny humans daycare paintings and clear cellophane as the wrapping. Yeah, that's cool. Agree not to buy presents, says Katie. Denise, get the kids to make something. I'm getting mine to paint some small ceramic pots, like $1.27 from Bunnings, and I have endless supply of succulents growing that started from one succulent. So that's a thing you could do. First week of school holidays, take the kids to Bun Vegas, buy a whole heap of crap, and it's like, all right, kids, activity, day one, let's get this happening, and make a little factory. Jess Duffy, my dad doesn't eat anything, but he's very time poor, so I plan to clean his house head to toe for him whilst he's at work. Natasha, I offer to babysit for a night so a couple can go out. In saying that, when my best friend's daughter turned 1, I got the parents a fancy dinner voucher. The kiddies won. She got enough stuff and they don't need more plastic. Yeah, that's right. I hate plastic. Jess Duffy's come back for more. Go to Bunnings at the end of spring, early summer, so that's right now. Buy some Herd seedling punnets, the ones with 8-ish plants, some potting mix and some medium-sized shallow plastic pots. Pop some potting mix into each. Take one seed and plant into a big one. Don't know what we're saying here. You can make around 8 mini herb gardens this way for around $40. Take care of them for a few weeks and they'll look sensational come Christmas time. That got a lot of likes, that one. Jess Clifton, how are you? I think you're in Tasmania now. Anyway, she said homemade jars of granola. Talia, my friend made a customer service survival kit for a front counter worker. It had a couple of mini alcohols, a funny desk calendar with some quotes, stories of their worst and most memorable customers, a jar of thank yous that she would never get in person and more. It was hilarious. And I gave her lots to laugh about at work too. Little things are great. In an interview with Blake Lively, she said one year Ryan made her a book of short stories written by her closest family and friends. Oh my gosh. Doesn't have to be short stories, but something with a little bit of other people for the recipient. Love is also great. Me personally, a 4-pack of Kraken and Coke is always a winner. Michelle, spend time, not money. Jillian, baked goods. Costco, some really good gifts and specials at the moment. Experiences, gifting job vouchers, free lawn mowing, babysitting. Vanessa, I'm buying Kmart photo frames and hand painting designs onto them, then print photos at the self-service checkout at the self-service desk at Officeworks, plus bake some shortbread, gingerbread, and fudge. They last a while. Or make jars of homemade jam, all cost-effective. And I was just thinking, oh yes, what I was going to say, and if I can find it, I'll put a link in the show notes. If you're a fan of The Office, there is a notebook that Michael Scott has that's on the cover. It's just got him, and it says, Somehow I Manage, like it's his book, but it's all blank inside. So that's a fun gift for Office fans. All right, almost at the end. What are you doing still listening? Don't you have a life? Hakia, handmade baked goods, pop-up cards, badges, earrings. Jade Vella, thrift gifts. Find something like picnic basket and a set of plates commonly found in almost every thrift shop, off shop, and a nice new towel or small picnic rug. Handmade a box of baked goods or store-bought phase with some handmade movie tickets for a date night in for a couple. Look out, might be sending out a few of them. Gifts from around the home. Plant cuttings. I'm going to mow my lawn and give someone a whole bag of lawn clippings. That'll be fun. Seedlings, books you love or enjoyed, and can inscribe a heartfelt message about why you're sharing something you loved with them. That got a heap of reactions. Jade also said, change things up. In our family, we have changed up Secret Santa or Kris Kringle and written our name and 3 activities or events we enjoy, and the other person who draws us picks one of those activities to do with us before next Christmas. We've now had extra camping trips, zoo days with 16 people, cousins all meeting across Sydney and the South Coast at different markets, girls' weekends away, boys going on pub crawls, harbour bridge climbs, building a veggie garden together, learning how to cook traditional meals. The bond this has created in our family has honestly been a game changer, highly recommended. That is awesome. Another go-to gift that I've done in the past, if you aren't as cost sensitive, Country Road tote bags and Country Road beach towels. Mwah, awesome presents, great quality. And that's everything. So, what do you reckon? What are you going to do this year for Christmas? I want you to do one thing, and that is start planning. If you've got heaps of time and you're well planned and you are a little bit creative, get making, and those creative types are probably already onto it. So if you're not already onto it naturally, it's probably not you. I would suggest doing something like I have done, such as premium ice cream scoops. I bought everyone a premium handheld Swiss Ultra Soft toothbrush one year. I just bought like 30 of them and wrapped them all up. So do something bespoke, do something quality. You don't have to spend money. You really don't. This Christmas, you are controlling the narrative. Get in the family group chat. Get in the family and friends group chat. Get in whatever group chat you can right now and text this message. Hey everyone, it's so crazy expensive right now. What about we all just say, stuff this, let's do no more than $20 each, or we're only buying for kids, or no presents. Let's just go and have a picnic one day. Control the narrative. Get in front of it. You don't want to get sucked up into having to spend $100 on each other's presents, sucked up in this whole hoo-ha, and it's costing you money. Don't go into debt this Christmas. It's okay to say, I'm broke, I'm poor, I've got no money, but I would love to hang out with you one time. Let's catch up one day for a coffee. Thanks for listening. My name's Glen James. Would appreciate if you forward this episode to someone who you might think I'm not too much of a loose cannon, or if you were encouraged or really got something out of it. And let us know in the Facebook group. I listened to that episode and Glenn crapped on for an hour, but I did think of something that no one said, and this is what I'm going to do. See you in the Facebook group. Have a good day.